Well, good morning. This is my first YouTube video. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Jerry Odell. I am the owner of Singing Steel Forge. It is a hobby blacksmith shop. And this is our project for today. We are working on a 1944 Collins and Company Legitimus, I don't know if you can see that, U.S. Navy machete, originally made for the Marine Corps. Pardon my dog barking in the background. This is a restoration for a co-worker. He bought this at a yard sale. And let's get to it. So, first thing I'm going to do is very carefully work this wrap off. And I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it is a canvas wrap, probably very old. Normally I would leave it, but he asked that it get removed, and it needs to be. Well, there's some work that needs to be done here on the handle, and I fully understand that. There is some history in that wrap though, so we might save it with the canvas machete sheath here, and keep it as a little bit of history. So we will carry forward. Obviously this probably has quite a bit of history. We did an inspection right when he brought it to my attention, and I don't believe that there's any real damage to the blade. No rust indicative of something of any more use than it should be. There is some rust from the canvas itself, where the oil, obviously the blade had not been oiled before returned to the sheath. Whenever you put any kind of blade back into its sheath, it should have some form of oil on it. I like vegetable oil. It's good. It's non-toxic. It doesn't really go rancid in an environment like this. I mean, it takes a very long time, so it's a really good choice. Grapeseed oil, also very good. It's a little bit thinner, easier to spread. Not necessarily boiled linseed oil, although we will be doing some boiled linseed oil on this project with the handle. Now, the handle appears to be wood, and it is shrunk quite a bit, hence the need for some boiled linseed oil. Try to bring it back. I don't know if you can see that. We got some gaps here, and as we get along, we may go ahead and put some epoxy in there. I'm guaranteed that handle stays there for quite a long time. So what I'm going to do, some light sanding with some 150 grit, just to try to bring this out. We're not going to get real rough with it. We're just going to make sure that it is wood, and I do believe so, yes. And just take off some of the surface finish so that we can get it with some boiled linseed oil. Again, if we had some form of history on this and some documentation, it may not be a good idea to be doing some of these things. We do not have documentation. This was a yard sale find. He wants to actually use this blade, and he'd like to get it up to good condition, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm not using any power tools today, so you won't see me with side shields. I have no problem if anyone wants to call me out on the side shields. Just try to keep it civil. I don't really do trolls. I've been working in trades for both as a machinist and now an electrician for a little over 20 years now. So negative feedback, negative comments, I'm just gonna delete them. We're not gonna play that game. So yeah, all you YouTube trollers out there, just feel free to move along. Yeah, we'll work it back and forth with the sandpaper and the steel wool here. I've got some double lot, single lot steel wool. Like I said, we're just taking the surface finish off. We're going to try to avoid this area here. You definitely want to keep the maker's mark. You can see that very well. So we'll do as very little polishing on that as possible, just to try to bring out the shine. And some sanding. So not very exciting, obviously, not great YouTube content, but I wanted to get something out there, something for people to see. As I said, I worked in the trades. I've been a machinist, machine operator, CNCs, manuals. I've worked in tooling. I helped build machines. Years ago, I worked for a company called Renco Packaging. It's still around. It's a division of Promoc now. And built machines. A lot of fun, learned a lot. Now I work for a company called AutoCam, and I do maintenance third shift. So that brings me here this morning to talk to you guys. I do have quite a varied amount of hobbies, and I hope that this is the beginning of many videos sharing interests and hobbies as we move forward. We don't want to be aggressive with this. We want to be very gentle, be respectful of the wood. This is a little bit heavier grit than that. This is 150. This is an 80 grit. And we're just moving things out, making things a little bit more like the original maker probably intended. This has seen some wear and some abuse. Again, I don't think this scene has seen a lot of combat abuse per se. It doesn't look like it has been ground very often. There are some dents. Obviously, there's going to be. It's a machete. I mean, it is a hacking weapon or tool specifically designed to clear brush. I suspect it has cleared a lot of brush in its day. I may, depending how my editing skills go, edit some of this and make it go a little bit faster for you so that you can skip some of the boring details. I would very much appreciate all you out there in YouTube land, all the lords and ladies out there, if you could like, subscribe, and offer some useful feedback, useful suggestions. I love useful feedback, positive things. I've never been afraid of positive comments. Love to be involved in the dialogue. It'll be great. I thoroughly will enjoy it. Again, this is my first video, so I have a lot to learn. I'm looking for background music. I don't know exactly all the rules with regards to YouTube and background music, but I'd like to get into that. I'd like to do some of the dialogue over some of these things so that it's a little bit more polished. But you know, we hope to get there as we go along. I'd like to give a shout out to some of my favorite YouTube channels. There's Purgatory Ironworks, Trent and Ty. Good stuff, man. Wrangler Star. Love some of your content. Great content. Liam Hoffman. Amazing. Wow. Impressive. April Wilkerson. She's really doing some neat things in her workshop. I love watching the videos. I love being a part of the community. I am what you would call a beginner blacksmith, beginner fabricator. Have some experience with welding. Not a lot. So maybe we can learn together. And that'll be fun. Some of my other favorite channels are Pathfinder School, Dave, man, always impressive. So maybe any comments, maybe you guys can suggest something. Hey, you know, this channel's great, that channel's great. I'm all for it. I'm always looking for new things to watch and learn. Anything trade related, I'm into about everything. Doesn't really matter. Everything from Paleolithic to modern technology really doesn't matter. I'm interested. Artistry, some science, engineering, but mostly arts, trades, crafts. I like well-made things, especially well-made tools. I've found in my life that there is a big difference between a well-made tool and a tool that you buy at a big box store. There are some good, well-made tools at big box stores, but you do have to pick and choose. And you should see some of Wrangler Star's videos on these things. He's got some really good videos on tools. I myself am a Cobalt fan, especially for the mechanics tools. Honestly, for the quality and at the price, I don't think anything beats them. For electrical work, I like Greenlee, I like Klein, obviously. And they have always served me well. I definitely like any of the makers that offer a lifetime guarantee. I don't think if you can't offer a lifetime guarantee on your tool, you probably shouldn't be making tools. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree in a positive way. So, yeah, we're going to work on this, and it's a pleasure to meet you, and I hope to have more videos up sometime soon. Like I said, give me some positive feedback. Let me know what I can do to do things better and improve the experience for you. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.